Hello and welcome to another special edition of Worth a Watch with me, Anthony Flores. As you can tell, I am really stuffed up and really just trying to get over allergies, sinus, whatever the fuck I have. But I didn't want January to pass me by before I get any better. I finally feel a bit better. I've been sick this entire past week. But bear with me, I'm going to be coughing. Man, there we go again. I'm going to be coughing a little bit, but I'm going to take it slow. I'm going to make this 3 parts, especially for the wear and tear of my voice is going to be a little bit of a pain. But I wanted to get my top 15 favorite movies of 2013 out of the way, especially to just really express how much I really enjoyed a lot of movies from 2013 for you all. And that's what I'm here to do, and we shall get started with my 15 spot film, Gravity 3D. I say Gravity 3D because it was only worth seeing in 3D. It was a true experience in the theater. It was a very short and sweet, to the point thriller, and just the intensity of space has never been more realistic in this movie. I forget the director's name, Alfonso Cuarón, I don't know how the guy's name is pronounced, but his direction was superb, and Sandra Bullock and George Clooney, excellent in the film. Visuals were breathtaking. Some people are already kind of comparing this to an Avatar-ish scenario where its visuals are breathtaking, but everything else is just meh. I would definitely say this is way better than Avatar in terms of a technological aspect of the film, as well as acting and direction. I think Avatar was just too bloated and full of itself in a way. This, as I said, is short and sweet, to the point, really solid film. And it's unfortunate because technically we are not, unless you have a movie theater size screen in your house, odds are you're not going to be able to experience it the way you did in the theater. So that's the only reason why it's so far down on my list. Number 14, The Secret Life of Walter Mitty. Ben Stiller's finest performance in quite some time. Visually awesome. He's a fairly decent director. I'm surprised he hasn't directed more often. His performance here was good. It was the overall complaint that I could give this film is very slow, but the payoff is actually very decent. And I thought it was a very genuine film about just going out and doing something with your life, and going out and just enjoying life, for that matter, and it's just being in the moment as well. That was another big little life lesson I took from this, is being in the moment instead of drifting off into space like the character Walter Mitty does. And I think that's a very valuable lesson. It really related to me personally. Kristen Wiig and Kathryn Hahn and Shirley MacLaine, Sean Penn were also very good in the film. Yeah, so I definitely recommend it. Number 13, The Conjuring, one of the more arguably terrifying films made in recent memory. James Wan, the guy's on a roll, and I really hope, after all the craziness that happened to the Fast and Furious film he's working on right now, I really hope he pulls through. I know he could do some fucking amazing directing, so I really hope he pulls that off. And with this movie, he proved he is the horror master of directing nowadays. He is just fucking top-notch, well-directed film. He doesn't go for the cheap scare. He will fucking make a film that'll fuck with your mind for days to come. The acting was also great from Vera Farmiga and Patrick Wilson. All around, just one solid horror film. Number 12, Prisoners. A very overlooked movie, and a lot of people did not see this, I don't think. I don't think it was like a giant... I think it was maybe a sleeper hit. I'm not quite sure how much money it made, but overall it was a very solid, very, very disturbing, and very intense drama. One of the best of the year. I really couldn't take my eyes away. For those of you who have children, you're going to hate watching this movie and really be overprotective. That's pretty much what it'll end up making you feel. It never lets you go from the intensity of the situation of what a man, in this case Hugh Jackman, will do to find his daughter. So, yeah, and the very people that are in charge of finding the children that are kidnapped in the film. Jake Gyllenhaal portrays that really well, being the cop that's the only one who gives a shit, really, in this film. Overall, superb performances all around. It's just The replay value for me personally is not up there, but my God, was it well acted, and sadly it's going to be very overlooked in terms of Oscars. I'm just saying. Number 11, Iron Man 3. A very shat upon film from last year. It was very hit or miss with audiences, but it was the number one movie of the year in terms of making money. It was $1 billion, boom, in the bang for Disney and Marvel. Robert Downey Jr., that's the only reason to see the film. Everybody else did their part. It was fine. It was definitely not the best Iron Man movie. The original is the best, but it was definitely a lot more put together in terms of an action film versus an Iron Man film, if that makes any sense. It had a lot of great action. Shane Black's direction and writing was also very good for what he could do with the film and put his own spin on it. It very much felt like a Shane Black movie. Such as Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, very much in that realm of thriller action movies. So I didn't mind it as much. The twist and everything with Ben Kingsley as the Mandarin. If you have yet to see that, sorry, spoilers. Yeah, it's a twist that everyone's complained about since day one. I, for one, didn't mind it. I'm not a huge fanboy of the comics by any means, so that's probably why. But I thought it was done very well. Ben Kingsley pulled it off, I guess, and Robert Downey Jr. Can't go wrong with the guy. He's fucking awesome in every role he's been in the last 8 years or so, 5 years, whatever. But Iron Man 3, definitely shat upon, but I personally think it's a fun ride nonetheless. And that should do it for part 1. Yeah, my voice is already straining. So bear with me for the next 2 parts, but thank you all so much for sitting in with my nasaliness. Feel free to comment below, like, subscribe, and all that other good stuff. We'll see you in the next video, and stay tuned for more movie goodness.